I get it, shopping for a high-end massage chair feels a lot like scrolling through glossy Instagram posts. The pictures show sleek lines, glowing LEDs, and promises of spa-level relief, but when you actually sit down, many of those chairs feel either too stiff, too noisy, or just plain underpowered. That's the exact reason I'm doing this deep dive, so you can avoid the disappointment that hits a lot of first-time buyers. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Nouhaus Luna is marketed as a full-body, zero-gravity, heated massage recliner that tries to bridge the gap between a luxury spa and a living room piece of furniture. The first thing I looked into was whether the zero-gravity angle actually changes the way you feel after a long day at a desk. In practice, the recline tilts you back just enough that your spine flattens, which can reduce pressure on the lower back and improve circulation. If you're someone who spends 8 or more hours hunched over a computer, that posture shift alone can feel like a small win. What matters after that is how the chair massages you. The Luna's low-noise 3D system uses 3-dimensional rollers that move up and down, side to side, and in a kneading motion. In my test, the rollers hit the shoulders and upper back with a firm but not aggressive pressure, enough to loosen tightness after a workout without making you wince. The heated element adds a gentle warmth that seems to stay consistent for about 20 minutes before fading, useful if you like a little extra heat after a cold morning run. For people who rely on heat therapy to ease chronic neck tension, that combination can replace a few visits to a physical therapist. One of the biggest complaints about premium chairs is how loud they get when the motors kick in. The Luna lives up to its low-noise claim. I could hear the rollers from across the room, but they never crossed the line into a distracting hum. That makes it viable for watching TV or even listening to a podcast while you unwind. If you have a small apartment and need a quiet environment for a quick nap, this chair won't sabotage that quiet moment. Space is another practical hurdle. The Luna's footprint is roughly the size of a standard recliner, but the built-in S-type rail means the base sits a little farther back from the wall than a typical chair, giving you a bit of extra leg room when you're in the reclined position. In my apartment, it fit nicely in a corner without feeling cramped, and the backrest still cleared the wall by a couple of inches. If you're in a studio where every square foot counts, you'll want to measure the width and depth, including the rail extension, before ordering. Control simplicity often trips people up. The Luna uses a single remote with a minimalist layout, a power button, a few intensity sliders, a heat toggle, and a sound mode switch for the dual speaker system. There are no confusing menus or hidden subsettings, so even someone who isn't tech-savvy can start a session in under a minute. The downside is that the remote doesn't remember presets, so if you like a specific combination of pressure and heat for different parts of your day, you'll have to set it each time. That's a small inconvenience for most, but power users who love custom programs might miss that feature. Now, who should actually consider buying the Nouhaus Luna? If you're a remote worker who ends the day with a sore lower back, a casual athlete who wants a convenient way to loosen muscles after a jog, or anyone who enjoys a heated recline while binge watching, this chair checks a lot of boxes. Its zero-gravity angle, decent roller intensity, and consistent heat make it a solid replacement for occasional trips to a massage parlor. The quiet operation also means it can serve as a relaxed station in a shared living space without bothering roommates. On the flip side, the Luna isn't the best match for a few scenarios. First, if you're looking for an ultra-intense deep tissue experience, think professional sports recovery or severe chronic pain, the rollers might feel a bit too gentle. Second, the lack of preset memory means you'll spend a few extra seconds dialing in your favorite settings each time, which could be a turnoff for those who want a set-and-forget routine. Finally, because the chair leans on a sleek modern design, it may not blend with more traditional core, so aesthetic fit could be a factor. Durability is hard to gauge without long-term data, but the brand markets the Luna as born to be a massage chair, and the S-type rail suggests a sturdier frame than a simple plastic base. The upholstery in elder white looks like a high-quality fabric that res.